so? We felt like we had already.
Yeah.
But they're saying that maybe that was just smaller scale than we realized, that their last fixes or patches.
They still cracks.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh, no. She's too shy. She would sit on my lap all the time. He went to
He might be. I just know he's 6.3. Sacrificial weight on officer mold.
Dave, can you give me a second? I'm still. I may text him. I don't think he was coming. Yes, he took the whole last week off. Yeah, nice. And I saw him at TC.
Just exit out of it.
Just popped up.
Just, yes.
Yeah, but it's there.
Yeah, but it says 0, 0.
That's because I haven't.
Uh,
haven't done it yet. I'm not sure why.
It's currently right around next year.
There.
He'll be in a couple.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Perfeito, perfeito.
It's really pretty back there. No, no, garden, our memory garden.
It's really, really pretty. So where else are you gonna work?
Password.
So where else are you gonna work
So log
at the
into,
Just make it look, sound.
Here, I already did this. I
Oh,
was
you
waiting
got
for it to come in.
It does come
Danny's
up.
at the volleyball with me sitting away from the front to your parents. Far away he is.
yep, about right.
Ooh, that looks so nice. What are you gonna do there? Same, the matching or?
Started today.
Danny, you did a nice.
Good. Okay. Right next to you. Wait on a second.
Yeah,
Can I have Bertie's open house at your house? Cause it's gonna look a lot nicer than mine.
no, you got one, you got full.
I'd like to call the Frontier School Board meeting for June 16th to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are
there any additions or deletions from the agenda?
I do not have it.
Open for a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion been made, seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. So moved. Approve the May 20th regular school board meeting minutes.
I move to approve the, May 20th regular board meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the May 20th, 2025 minutes. All in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried.
Right?
Okay, treasurer's report, fund report.
Are we doing this as a consent section?
We can do this all at one vote if you wish to, or we can vote individually on it.
So everything under four, subset for four,
We could vote on
4.6.
4.1 through 4.6 in one motion if you wish to.
Revenue, bank reconciliation, bond report, transfer report.
I move to approve items 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4, 5, and 6.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve 4.1 through 4.6. All in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Transfer report. Okay, 5, approval of claims.
Make a motion to approve the claim report.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the claims report. All in favor signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Reports from principals. Mr. Henninger, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's summer is going well. Just a quick few comments on wrapping up the end of the school year. I think everyone realizes as you get into May and closer to the end of the school year, we're just cramming everything into the last couple weeks of school. But I think for the most part, everything was very successful. We had our final exams, our scholarship night, senior breakfast, graduation. I can't think of anything that gives me pause or worry. I think it went pretty well. It wasn't perfect, it could probably do better, but I think for the most part it was a good ending. It was a very small class this year. We only graduated 39 students, 38 walked across the stage, and I wanted to specifically thank a few staff members, Mrs. Canako, Mrs. Bassett, Mrs. Newcomb, Mr. Unsicker, and Mr. Rosenberger for their specific help in various ways at graduation. Currently we have 15 or so students participating in summer school credit recovery courses. This is a good opportunity for those kids who, for whatever reason, did not pass the class or are short a class here or there to catch up with it. We use the online Edmonton credit recovery. So they're currently doing that and getting close to being finished actually. This summer is really all about planning and getting ready for next school year. I've been working on updating the faculty handbook. I'm going to skip number 2 because it has something to do with hiring. I'm not going to say anything. Preparing for teacher-student meetings, that's a big part of the summer. Finalizing calendars, finalizing schedules. So all that stuff in preparation of just being ready for the beginning of the school year. So my report's pretty short.
Thank you.
My turn. First I want to introduce 2 new staff members, Mrs. Lacey Steele, 3rd grade, and then Mrs. Cindy Allen, our one paraprofessional. So they're in your board packets for tonight. Glad that they're here. Like Mr. Henninger said, the 24-25 school year, it ended really well, and so far this month of June, we've been busy. Jill Woods and I attended the Pivot concert at Pendleton Heights High School. Gretchen Innocent actually presented at that conference on how to keep it fun in the classroom. So that was really good for her to represent Frontier so well. Officer Bolin, Nancy Sullivan and I, we went to Rensselaer and we renewed our TCI training, so we can put you in a hold if we need to. Mr. Unsicker and I started working on the Title I pre-application, so he should have that finished within this next week or two. And I also finished and submitted our Frontier Elementary reading plan to the DOE, so that all of our state reports are finished. Mrs. Anna Michaels, hopefully you saw that. You need to congratulate her. She won the 2025 Excellence in Education Award from the White County Economic Development Group. Mr. Unsticker and I went with her last week to that luncheon, so that was very nice. Schedules, class lists, those are all finished for the next school year. Teachers, at the end of our staff meeting, they completed a vertical alignment page. So that's just good data for me to look at and make sure that our policies and expectations are aligned, pre-K through 6th grade. Krisha Jensen and I, we finished our high ability charting for the 24-25 school year. I shared that with Mr. Unsicker. That is a lot of work. We do that K through 12. I put those numbers in PowerSchool, so that state reporting is also finished. We also have our summer enrichment classes going on. Our high ability grant pays for that. So Mrs. Jensen just finished her kitchen concoctions class. Mrs. Baines just finished her Spanish enrichment class, and then Mrs. Innocent does her class this week for building with kinetics in Legos. I Read 3 summer school, we also have that, and that is also finished. And good news, all gen ed passed. So I cried, it's so exciting, so very proud. So I just want to personally thank Mrs. Woods, Mrs. Madsen, and Mrs. Innocent. They personally tutored our 2 students that hadn't passed, and it was very rewarding. We were very excited. Parents are very happy as well. Anna Michaels, Danielle Seesing, and I, we did the PowerSchool training. Our IIEP is all transferring to PowerSchool. That was 6 hours of pure joy. It's a good thing I brought snacks for them, but that is finished, and we have our certificate for that. Our new reading series, I'm sure you've seen it in the hallway, that's come in. Thank you to Nancy. It took her hours to unbox all of it because, you know, it didn't all come together, so she had to do that. Teachers, they're coming in on Wednesday. We have an all-day professional development with our new reading series, and so that'll be good for that. In your packet, we have a lot of things. My 2 new hires. I also have ECA positions already for next year filled, yearbook, study table, student council, and pride. So it's already the middle of June, but we're ready for next year.
Sorry, as a dress, I was in uniform, but football practice. I don't have a whole lot, doing a lot of training over the summer. July 8th, we will have a full-blown active shooter drill here. We don't want any employees in the building. County, actually probably Steve, he's with the county, he's a county deputy.
I'm on vacation.
It'll be here, like I said, I don't know, Sheriff and I are coming here Monday, next week, to go through things along with state police, and see if maybe you can have onlookers if you wanna watch. I don't know, because it's gonna get pretty in-depth. Really, I've got everything covered. Me and Mr. Unsicker finished the grant last week. It's off and running, so we didn't get any errors, so it should be good to go. The only other thing is, I don't really have any other thing, so, sorry.
Howdy, y'all. Couple things that are going on in the technology world. State report and course outcomes. I've been working with PowerSchool and the state to make sure that we get all that data squared away before the data syncs stop on July 1st. We have until the 7th, but I want to have it all wrapped up before the hardcore deadline. Device collection at the elementary school and the high school went off without a hitch. I want to thank Miss Jordan Boss for all of that because she is the one that maintains all that and is being awesome at it. The only ones that are still out there and about are the ones that we have out for summer school and any other summer program. And most of those are waiting distribution for the fall. we're doing some updates to Miss Brennan's computer lab over here. Putting some new hardware in a couple of the machines because they're getting dated, and we are switching the operating systems from Windows 10 to Chrome OS Flex. It'll pretty much be the same for her in there. Nothing will change. It's just a different program we're using. Starting tomorrow, Al and I are going to start going around to a couple of the different rooms and pull out technology the teachers are no longer using. So if they have a smart board in there and they no longer want their projector in, we are taking those out. And rooms that still have projectors, we are making sure that they are cleaned up and ready for the next school year. And then the last thing I got is I've been doing some server maintenance at all 4 of my buildings, because since there's no one in the buildings, no one can complain when stuff gets turned off. So I can update the things I need to update, and we're waiting on a couple parts on a couple random machines. So all in all, we're doing pretty good on my side.
Mr. Secretary.
I'll echo what they've all said. We had a great May, a busy May, great graduation ceremony. I thought it went really well. One of many to come for me, I hope. In the central office, we've been completely swamped and busy with reports. I think the state intention makes every single report due on June 30th, and every application is due on June 30th. So I know Mrs. Parrish is locking herself in her office and doing all her reports as well. We did finish the safety grant, just so you know. We asked for $76,000, and we'll match that. And we usually came up with a list that could match that. Hopefully the state gives us that full amount. If not, we'll match whatever they give us. And we'll start doing some safety projects. Mr. Bull and I came up several months ago with a safety improvement plan, and we'll start working through that list. Like Mrs. Layton, we are preparing for next year as well. Working on the letter for next year, because July 1st hits really soon, especially when I'm going to be gone the next 2 weeks. So besides that, I want to shout out to Mr. Peterson and his crew for making the softball facilities look amazing for semi-state when we hosted. They worked really hard on it. Tons of compliments from fans, including the ones that lost, and that says something. And I do appreciate that, Mr. Bolin, for his help, especially getting Kevin the Marshal from Chalmers to help us out as well with traffic. And that's really about all I have to say.
Any comments from the public on tonight's agenda items? Budget, finance, June tuition support.
So you have in front of you the June tuition support document. It'll look very much like the May document. I think it was off by about $100. And that was because of an adjustment. So that should be the way it looks for the foreseeable future, because that's the rate we'll be funded at until the next count date.
Notice of termination of custodial services with city office services.
As we've been working on hiring our own second shift custodians, they're doing a great job, by the way. We were giving city office a 1-month warning. We sent them a letter, and the day they received the letter, one of their employees did something that they shouldn't have done. And Mr. Peterson was quick to investigate that, and city office has agreed to terminate the services effective June 9th. So we terminated their services, and we'll prorate the contract for the remaining, the last month. So I just ask for your approval of the termination.
I move to approve the termination of the contract with City Office Janitorial Services.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve termination of city office. All in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Your School Corporation Property Casualty Liability Automobile and Cyber Insurance renewal.
So we met with our Henry Yacht insurance agent, and she went through all the coverages we currently have. There's a mouthful of insurance coverages. Our rates, our premiums are going to go up about 15% over the course of all those coverages. That is fairly normal across schools. The school market is a very limited market. There's not very many people that do it. Our providers are the cheapest around. We had a small increase because our values have gone up as well, plus we had an increase in a couple coverage areas, and plus the addition of an additional bus. So that makes the cost go up as well. The only thing that I would ask to change is on her recommendation, and after talking to TJ, I would like to increase our cyber coverage from $1 million to $2 million, especially in light of the Power School issue we had recently. It's only an extra $3,200 in coverage or in premium for that $1 million in coverage. So I respectfully recommend you approve the renewal.
Make a motion to approve the insurance
Second.
renewal.
Motion been made, seconded to approve the insurance renewals. All in favor, signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Okay. Spring 2025 White County property tax.
So you have in front of you the property tax settlement we received on June 10th. They're very consistent with the percentages we've received in the past several years that I looked up. That includes the debt service operation referendum funds. There were also several miscellaneous excise taxes, commercial vehicle taxes, financial institute tax that were deposited into our accounts. And again, those percentages are very similar to what we've received in the past. We're usually at right around 60% receiving in our taxes, and that's right where we fell. So this is just an informational item for you all.
Thank you. Frontier School Corporation Teacher Summer Professional Development.
So this is something that we do every year. We allow teachers to have up to 10 hours of compensated time for professional development in the summer. Some teachers have asked for more, we're going to grant that. This all comes out of title funds. So I respectfully request that you allow our teachers to have their professional development time at the rate of $17.50 per hour.
I move to approve Frontier School for Teacher Summer Professional Development.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve Frontier School Corporation Teacher Summer Professional Development. All in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. That's quick.
It's popping up on ours
Yes.
every time you approve it, we're like,
As
"She's
I'm
on
trying to
it."
read, you're over at boom.
Sorry.
No, it's fine, it's new. Okay, Frontier Elementary School additional textbook material order.
So in the busy month of May, Mrs. Sullivan came to me and said, we have a little problem. We don't have enough textbooks for the larger number of kids we have coming up through the system, which is a good problem for us. So I asked her to put together a list of what we're gonna need for the next 3 years, I believe, for the 4 years for the cycle of science textbooks. And we're gonna order a few extras just in case. Hopefully we have to order even more later on. I know how much Mrs. Layton likes. But we do have a significant amount of kids coming in that we need some extra textbooks. So this should cover us hopefully for the next 4 years. So I ask your approval to make this purchase. It's approximately $8,614. And that will come from the curriculum materials account, which we have the funds for.
Make a motion to approve the additional textbook for elementary school.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve additional textbook material. All in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Frontier School Corporation milk breakfast and lunch prices for 25-26.
So Mr. Bullinger, the food service director, has been looking at the prices of food that we're going to have to pay next year. Milk is going up anywhere from 4.4 to 5.1 cents a carton. So he's recommending a 5-cent increase in the cost of the milk. And the lunches, he's recommending 15 cents, as well as the breakfast, he's recommending 15 cents. So the student lunch for, breakfast for elementary will be $1.70, high school will be $1.85. High school will be $2.10, my fault. Let me back up. Breakfast will go from $1.70 to $1.85 for the elementary, from $1.85 to $2.10 for the high school. Adult breakfasts will go up to $2.65. Lunch will increase from $2.95 at the elementary to $3.10, and from $3.10 to $3.25 at the high school. Adult lunches will go from $4.60 to $4.75. And a milk will increase 5 cents to, and I forgot to write that down. You look it up.
4.4 and 5.1 to 5 across the board.
So it'll go to 55 cents across the board. For a milk. So I respectfully recommend that we approve these increase in lunch prices.
Make a motion to approve the new milk, breakfast, and lunch prices.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve your milk, breakfast, and lunch pricing. All in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Let's see. Your school corporation dairy, food, supplies, and bread contracts.
So we are part of the Wabash Valley Educational Service Center, which is partnered with several other service centers around the northern half of the state to get the best possible pricing on commodities. So in the recommendation packet, Mr. Bullinger asked that we approve Gordon Food Service, Prairie Farms, Piazza Produce, and Commercial Food Systems as our suppliers for this year. That's, if you look at the list, everybody in the cooperative is doing the same companies.
We switched this last year, right? We are second year with board, I think.
Pardon?
This is our second year.
This is our second year with Gordon. And Gordon's one of basically the suppliers, and the other one doesn't like to come out here.
It's like Piazza, part of Gordon.
Piazza is its own entity. They're very large in the state of Indiana, though.
Right. So
We're approving this whole list of these
Okay.
providers.
I move to approve the, all of the food service contracts.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve all the new contracts. All in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Beacon Athletic.
So this is asking for permission to purchase the replacement netting for the baseball and softball diamonds. You know, it's damaged in the storm. Insurance has approved the quote. It's just a matter of getting your approval to make the purchase. So I request we go ahead and purchase it and let Mr. Peterson figure out how to get a company out here to put it up. It's a little bit high to go up on the ladder.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Even on the lift, it's pretty high.
I move to approve the quote from Beacon Athletics.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve Beacon Athletics quote. All in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Trust Tech Network Infrastructure.
So this is from Mr. McFadden, and I may just turn to him and let him explain why we need this in words the rest of us can understand.
So, this is, Trust Tech was the person that helped, Mr. David Hoover put in the networking system we have now, so that is our networking switches, our Wi-Fi, and our firewall. He put those in about 3 to 4 years ago, and of course the factory warranty is now out on those. And Trust Tech offers a service to keep that extended warranty essentially. So, I don't know what I don't know, and these guys are the ones that help install these professionally. They know how to set these up. They have save files of all our configs of these, and this is basically, we are paying them up front if something were to happen and we need to call their services in. We called their services in last year when the corp office went down, and they charge about $500 to $800 an hour. So 4 hours of work, and we've pretty much almost paid half of that, essentially. So this is not if something goes awry, but when something goes awry, and it's to help me get the system back up in a quicker process.
And this is for 1 year.
This is for 1 year.
So I respectfully recommend we approve this purchase. It's $8,210.
I'll make a motion to approve the trust tech network.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve trust tax support. All in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. STRSEG hardscape resurfacing.
So in this is an agreement with STRSEG to basically serve as our eyes and ears to set up the designs, gather quotes for us, to resurface the remaining parking lots that need resurfaced. They found several areas that need attention right now. So I said, let's go ahead and get something together and see where we go from there. So this is $2,500, but it's gonna lead to a larger scope of work, which is why I asked you to approve it.
So this is a,
It's basically them serving as the project manager, basically. Similar to what they did the roofs for us, it's basically the same thing they did, just on a smaller scale. If there's a problem with the contractor, they take care of it for us.
Is there the service we did, they make a recommendation of what needs done, and do they write up the specs?
Yeah, they take care of all that for us. Yeah, and then it gets bid, they put it out for bid, it gets bid, they help us pick the right one, they oversee the companies. Doing this now will allow us to get this project done before school starts.
I move to approve the STRSEG hardscape resurfacing agreement.
second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve STRSEG hardscape agreement. All in favor signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Use of care fund for negative lunch account.
So it's my understanding we have a care fund that helps pay for our contract accounts. Mr. Bullinger has worked very hard this year to make sure that those don't go negative. We ended up with just over $200 in negative lunch accounts, which I believe is a record for us. We were in the thousands last year, I believe. So kudos to him and his staff for taking care of that. But he does ask that, since we're not allowed to have negative lunch accounts, that we use the care fund to pay up the remainder. So I ask that you approve $200.48 to pay for negative lunch accounts.
I'll make a motion to use the care fund to take care of the negative lunch balances.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to use care fund for negative lunch account balances. All in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Personnel resignations.
So we have one resignation, Miss Christine Martinet at the high school. She has indicated that June 30th is her last day. Is that correct, Mr. Peterson?
June 30th is her official day, but she's got vacation and personal days to burn up, so this Friday will be her last day.
So she's going to resign, and we've already talked about a plan for a replacement of that position. So I recommend that you approve her resignation.
I move to approve the resignation.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the resignation of Christine Martinet. All in favor signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Personnel hires consent action.
Okay, do we wish to do all these these together.
Yes.
So we have multiple hires. We have Lacey Steele for third grade. Thank you for joining. Mr. Eccles speaks highly of you.
Thank you.
Cindy Allen, always nice to steal somebody from Twin Lakes. So, and Cindy is a one-on-one paraprofessional, and I hope you enjoy your assignment. He's
Bring it on.
an interesting young man. I enjoy working with him.
I've heard some stories.
We have Melissa Grigorovic, who is currently doing summer school at the high school. Amy Turner is a 10-day paraprofessional in the summer school. Shana Minikis is the other 10 days paraprofessional, and she's also the transportation to and from summer school. Jill Woods as the Governor Work Ethic sponsor, the Pride sponsor for the elementary. Desiree Myers as the Student Council co-sponsor for the elementary with Cheyenne Ray. Gretchen Innocent as the elementary yearbook sponsor. Cheyenne Ray as the elementary study tables teacher. And then Miss Lori Ringer as the Deputy Treasurer, Training Provider, Corporate Office on an as-needed basis. So I respectfully request we approve all of these hires. 1 through 10, 12.
I'll make a motion to approve the personnel hires, 10-1 through 10-12.
Second.
So she's
That's a
10-12.
study, that's two different positions.
Yeah, she's 10.
Yeah. Motion's been made, seconded to approve new hires of 10.1 through 10.12. All in favor, signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I already gave him a key, so. He
Yeah.
said no.
No backing out now.
Okay.
That would've been bad.
Okay, athletic ECA assignments.
So in all of these, 11.1 through 11.18, these are all coaching positions. With the exception of one, they are all returning coaches. Just a couple have been put into different positions. Emma Pruitt as a varsity volleyball coach, Danielle Seasting as junior varsity volleyball coach, Billy DeWitt as varsity volleyball assistant coach, Laura Bell as volunteer varsity volleyball assistant coach, Emily Bell as 8th grade volleyball coach, Alexis Johnson as 7th grade volleyball coach. She is the new one, and that is pending background check. So, Cheyenne McMillan as 5th and 6th grade volleyball coach, Melissa Culver-Peckney as varsity co-ed cross-country coach, Todd Peckney as varsity co-ed cross-country assistant coach, John Culver as a volunteer cross-country coach, Anna Michaels as the junior high school cross-country head coach, Jack Barron as varsity football coach, Maurice Plains as varsity football assistant coach, Jack Meixel as junior varsity football coach, Chad Brown as a volunteer varsity football coach, Jim Boland as junior high school football coach,
And varsity.
and varsity assistant. Shana Minikis as a varsity cheerleading coach, and Michaela Schroeder as junior high cheerleading coach. So I request that we approve all these ECA positions.
Question on Kate.
Yes.
Last year, the second semester, we approved her, but was it because of her age? Her mom was tied into this somehow,
Her mom is driving the bus to the way.
and now she doesn't have to. Is Michaela old enough?
If we get to the point where she's going to away games, for football, it doesn't matter. I think they're on the same bus, aren't they? I don't think they go to away games. They don't go to away games.
They ride separate.
Yeah, what's up,
I just remember last year, there was something with her age.
Mom is driving the minibus is what it was, to games. So if that comes up, we'll get mom approved. That's fine.
I move to approve the ECA assignments.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve ECA assignments of 11.1 through 11.18. All in favor, signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried.
Just
No field trips.
Interject here real quick.
Yep.
Mr. Plains, it's been made clear to him that his pep band duties will supersede his football duties on Friday nights.
Okay.
So we won't need to get someone to supervise the pep band.
Okay.
Thank you.
We got other business, donations.
We have a donation from Fur Foundation for the FFA program for $1,000. I ask that we accept that donation.
Make a motion to accept the donation from Fur Foundation.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded for donation from the Brookston Foundation for the FFA. All in favor, signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Falcon Online Academy Handbook.
So this year, we are starting, like all the White County schools, our own online schools. We've all come up with our own handbooks. They will all look very, very much alike. To use for students that just are not able to be successful in a traditional school setting, who wish to attempt an online program. This allows us to have more input with them, more opportunity to supervise them and assist them. And it keeps them as a frontier student if they ever wish to come back. So this is the handbook, and I just ask that you approve it so we can get this put online and start advertising it for those who need it.
My question, the only question I had, and I probably missed it, if they're in Frontier Falcon Academy, are they eligible for any extracurricular activities?
They are still our students. Our in-person students will get first priority.
If there's room, they can be
Yeah.
an FFA or.
And if they're an FFA, they need to take an in-person agriculture class.
Okay,
So if they're gonna be in band, they need to be in the band class.
okay,
So what typically, in my 4 years of experience with online schools, these are students who are typically not involved in extracurriculars.
okay.
Typically, they're students who have to work.
But it is available, yeah.
It is available.
Sport, what about sports?
They are still our student. In my 4 years, I've only had one student who wanted sports, and it didn't work. She decided not to.
Okay.
But they would be subject to the testing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just like everybody else. The only thing that's different is how their curriculum is delivered to them. It's delivered online. And it would be through Indiana Online.
Is that who you used previously?
We use Edmentum. Indiana Online is a different provider. I like it better.
Yeah, and all the White County schools are doing it.
All White counties are using the same one.
I move to approve the Falcon Online Academy handbook.
Second.
Motion been made, seconded to approve the Falcon Online Academy handbook. All in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Frontier High School obsolete, unused textbooks and lab equipment.
So this extensive list of books and lab equipment comes to us from Mr. Hedinger. It looks like we just have a whole bunch of old science textbooks laying around that we just need to get rid of. So as he said in his recommendation, we'll attempt to sell them. If not, we will dispose of them appropriately.
Try to recycle, if
Right.
not, then do whatever we gotta do.
And then there's also a list of science equipment that is broken. Mrs. Kruger has been in multiple days, getting things around, looking for new materials. And we were able to, through Mrs. Layton's work, use high ability funds to pay for all the new replacement equipment. So none of it's gonna come from corporation funds, which is amazing.
Good, thank you.
Nice.
So I recommend that we approve this list of obsolete or unused equipment and books to be appropriately removed.
I make a motion to approve the disposal of obsolete or unused textbooks and lab equipment.
Second.
Motion's been made, seconded to approve obsolete, unused textbook and lab equipment disposal. All in favor, signify aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carried. Board policy updates, first reading.
So you have in your board packet 20 different board policies. That is just over 40% of what we have to approve. I think there's 53, 54. So This is just first readings. I gave you the proposed changes, updates. Many of them were just changes in wording. I also put together that explanation document. Hopefully that helped. So this is just first reading. If you have any questions, we can discuss, or we can discuss it later.
Okay, next. Any comments from the public? Public left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told
I'm
him.
hoping for no.
I make a motion to adjourn.
So be it. Adjourn.
Thank you, everyone.